Hey guys, so today I am doing a video on what products I use and kind of telling you what my basic cuticle care routine is. I've been getting a lot of questions on Instagram about this, and so I thought I would go through the products that I use and kind of do a brief when I use them, how I use them. This might be all over the place because I filmed this once and I lost all the footage, and today I have not sat down and really planned out what I'm going to say and when I'm going to say it, so like I said, this might be everywhere. So I will start. Basically, there are two different times where I go through a set cuticle routine, and then there's also like consistent throughout the day. I'm constantly putting stuff on. Basically, the biggest thing with cuticle care is repetitive consistency. You have to be like basically obsessed. You have to be, every time you think about it, constantly moisturizing your cuticles with an oil or with a balm. I have like 3 different products in my purse. I have 2 different products in my desk drawer at work. They're like all over around me because it's really important to just constantly be attacking your cuticles with moisture because they tend to dry out really, really quickly. And it's not just your cuticles, it's your hands as well. Find a good hand cream, just find something that you like, and apply that almost as religiously as you apply cuticle products. What's great about having a hand cream around is if you are in a pinch and you don't have a cuticle product, you can always put a little bit extra on as you like put it on your hands and rub it into your cuticles as well. It's not as good, but it will do in a pinch. So one of the most important things you can do without even starting a routine is just to keep cuticle products in your purse or in your car. Well, maybe not in your car because they'll melt and or freeze. But just constantly be putting things on your cuticles. That's the best habit to get into, is don't skip a day. Really, it's bad to only go once a day, just constantly putting stuff on your cuticles. Some of the products that I like to keep in my purse are the Burt's Bees Lemon Butter Cuticle Cream, and then I also really like these cuticle oil, like twist up brushes. This one is from KB Shimmer, but I know a lot of different brands make these now. I really want to try. I would really like to try some of the more popular like indie cuticle oil brands that are out now, the Sweet Baby and the Bliss Kiss, but I have too many products I have to go through first. But these are the things that I really like to keep with me at all times. The Burt's Bees cuticle butter you can rub in, and it absorbs pretty well. It's not super greasy, so you're usually good to go shortly after you put this on. This is for more of like, I'm on a long car ride, something like that. You can put it on your cuticles and just let it sit there for a little while before you rub it in. This rubs in really well as well. This is the pink sugar scented one from KB Shimmer. So those are the kind of products that I like to keep in my purse and in my desk drawer and stuff. So the 2 times a day that I really have like a set cuticle routine would be when I do a fresh manicure or before I go to bed. So when I do a fresh manicure, we'll just start there. The first thing that I do is get my cuticles pushed back and get the dead part of my cuticles removed. I have this step 1 after removing my nail polish, of course, is the Blue Cross cuticle remover. So this is in a huge tub and it's really difficult to try to like drip this little dripper thing on my nails. So I have put it into an empty nail polish bottle, and then I can just brush it on my cuticles. Now, I got a comment on a video the other day saying that I shouldn't use cuticle remover because removing your cuticles is really bad. Alright, let's visit that for a second. So, don't cut your cuticles. Like, cutting your cuticles off, bad, bad, bad. It literally, like, makes them calloused and, like, scar tissue-y. It makes them come back really thick and really hard and way worse than they were before you cut them. Cuticles can always be rehabbed with care and moisturizing. They don't ever need to be cut off. So, that being said, a cuticle remover does not actually remove live cuticle. If you look at your hands, you will see that there are like bits of dry, pretty much dry dead skin that is stuck underneath your cuticle. It's stuck to your nail. It's really dry and crusty and disgusting. A cuticle remover basically just softens that and lifts it up off of your nail. It doesn't remove anything alive. It doesn't, like, you know, eat your skin away. It's not lye. It just softens things so that you can take something like this little metal pushy thing, and that's the technical term is metal pushy thing, just so you know. And you can push your cuticles back with this. It softens them, makes them really easy to push back. And then you can also just do a little bit of scraping and lifting as you go around, and it will lift up all that disgusting, dead, gross, stuck to your nail cuticle. So that's what cuticle remover does. It doesn't eat your skin away. I leave that on for like 30 seconds or so. It doesn't take very long at all. Sometimes I like to use treatments like the Rejuvicoat or the Nail Envy. It just kind of depends. Right now I'm not using anything, but I really need to get into it because I've been having a lot of breaks lately. I'm really interested in trying the nail teaks, but I need to get through my Rejuvicoat and stuff first. I would use those. I mean, they have to go straight on your nail, but I usually put them on and then put my base coat over them just so I get a little bit of grip. I change my polish fairly often, so it's not that big of a deal for me. But yeah, I think it's a good idea to get used to using some kind of nail treatment, growth treatment stuff. The Rejuvicoat, from what I have read, is never meant to be used more than 2 weeks, like in a 2-week stint. So I'll have to do a little bit more research on that one to see like why. But right now I'm not using anything, even though I should be. Once my nails are all polished, then I will put on a cuticle oil, because one, I just removed, I used the cuticle remover and I used nail polish remover, and then I cleaned up, you know, with pure acetone, and my cuticles are really like sad at that point. So I will use a cuticle oil. This one, I got this mini one for my purse, but I'm out of the big one I've used. It's the only one I've ever used an entire thing of, is the California Mango. This one is Mango Magic. And they have like a big dropper bottle, which is what I would suggest because it's that amazing, and just don't even bother with a little one unless you're getting one for your purse. But it's cute and it has a little mango leaf in it. This smells really, really amazing, and it's one of the better cuticle oils that I've used. I put this on, I let it sit. I let it sit, like literally let it sit until I absolutely have to use my hands for something. Let it sit as long as possible before I rub it in and really let it soak in. One thing I did want to mention when talking about cuticle oils, this is the Essie Apricot Cuticle Oil. I bought this a while ago. Right now I basically just use this when I swatch, which I am planning on doing in a video, like an entire video on how I do my swatches, from painting to actually like the lighting that I use and how I take the pictures, all the way to how I edit them to upload. So from like nail painting to upload time, I plan on doing a video. That's basically the time I use this now, because this has isopropyl alcohol, or rubbing alcohol, as an ingredient, which makes no sense to me because it kind of, really dries skin out, and it doesn't, I don't understand why they would put that in oil. I mean, obviously it's so the oil like evaporates a little bit faster and doesn't leave you greasy, but I mean, how much moisturizing can it do when it also has an ingredient in there that is known to dry out skin? So I'm a little like perturbed with Essie for being dumb with that one. So I do use this because I do want to use it up. I use it more when I'm swatching. And then after that, I'm usually good to go. That's, you know, in addition to my periodic all day long, constantly putting things on my cuticles. Now, before I go to bed at night, I like to use a really, really heavy hand cream. This is from Pretty and Polished, and this is one of their whipped something or other. It's also in a pink sugar scent. And this is really nice. It's greasy. It's like really greasy, which is why I like to use it at night. It's not something I would use in the daytime because I'm like afraid to touch anything after I put it on. It is so greasy. It's good for at night though. And then depending on the situation with my cuticles, I will put that on all over my hands, and then I will put a cuticle oil like the pen that I showed you, or the Mango Mend, and then I'll usually like sit there until I'm about to fall asleep, and then I'll rub it in. Again, I just let it sit. If I am like super, super tired and just really don't want to deal with the cuticle oil, I will put this on, which is also from the California Mango brand. This is the Mango Mend Balm, and this is extra amazing. This is also kind of greasy. It is very like jelly-like, but this is like an overnight miracle. If I have really rough looking cuticles, it's always best to use oil if you do have really rough looking cuticles, but if I just don't have the patience for oil and I put this on, they'll look amazing in the morning. Like seriously, my cuticles will look amazing in the morning. This is like the overnight miracle worker. I absolutely love this stuff. And this tub will last me forever because I've been using this for like 3 months and it's just barely got a dent in it. So this stuff is really, really great as well. You can get this at Sally's. I forgot to mention Sally Hansen also has a cuticle remover. It's this gel. It's probably a lot cheaper than the Blue Cross one, and it does pretty much the exact same thing. So that is basically my products / cuticle care routine. Like I said, the most important thing that you can possibly do for cuticles is just repetitive, constant moisturizing, always be putting something on them. especially if you're a heavy hand washer, doing dishes, all that stuff, that will like rip your cuticles apart. And my biggest problem is if I get even a little piece of dry cuticle, I'm still in the habit of picking. So my best defense from picking pieces raw is just to moisturize the crap out of my cuticles so that I don't have anything to pick at. List all the products that I use and that I talked about down below. If they have purchase links like the Pretty and Polished and the KB Shimmer stuff, I will link that down below as well. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and I will talk to you later. Bye.